discussion about entitlements and Social Security and Medicare, recognize I and the other people who are talking about this want to make sure we can keep those programs, and that we assure that the next generations know they will have those programs.
Scrap the cap then!
And I will make sure. You want to raise taxes?
Scrap the cap!
You want to raise taxes?
I want to
That's right. Vote for somebody who wants to raise taxes.
Well, we're not voting for you then if that's what you want.
That's just fine. That's the nation of a free society. Look, we have up here a group of people who think we should raise taxes in order to pay for their benefits. How many agree?
Yeah, pay
So your turn has been heard. You got your chance to speak. I've got my chance to speak. I got to take one more question.
Governor Romney, I've been asking a non-question.
What's your name?
My name is Daniel Simmons. I'm 23
Daniel Simmons. You're 23, and where are you from?
Here's my question.
Who brought you here?
From Des Moines.
Who are you working with?
Myself. Social Security.
You got a little video camera here.
My friend.
Okay, right.
Social Security
Right.
legally cannot add a single dime to the deficit. Do you agree? Do you agree? I'm also a teacher. Do you agree that Social Security should take no part in deficit reduction negotiations? That Social Security should take no part in deficit reduction negotiations.
That's your question?
That's my question.
Okay, can I answer?
Answer it.
The Social Security should take no part in deficit reduction negotiations. Is that the question?
It cannot add to the deficit.
And the answer is this. Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid account for about half of federal spending.
A lie!
Not the deficit.
Just hold on.
Not federal losing.
About half of federal spending. And if we are ultimately, not just this year, but over the coming decades, going to be able to balance our budget and not spend more than we take in, we have to make sure that the promises we make in Social Security, Medicaid, and Medicare are promises we can keep. And there are various ways of doing that. One is we could raise taxes on people. That's not the way. Corporations are people, my friend. We can raise taxes on. Of course they are. Everything corporations earn ultimately goes to people. So, where do you think it goes?
It goes in their pockets!
Whose pockets? Whose pockets? People's pockets. Okay, human beings. Okay. So number one, you can raise taxes. You can raise taxes. That's not the approach that I would take. Number two, you can make sure that the promises we make are promises that we can keep. And in my view, the areas that you have to consider are higher income people receiving less rapid growth in their benefits and their inflators. If you don't agree with that, you want to give wealthier people bigger portion, that's your right. I think we should have what's known as progressive indexing. I think we also should consider a higher retirement age. Those are things that should be considered. That's my view. You may disagree with it. That's my view. But my view is we do not make promises we can't keep. You guys, I want to say this. I appreciate the chance to be with you. We got a few folks up front who got here early to make sure that they could make their voice heard. My guess is they won't be voting for me. That's fine.